Welcome to the third unit of your course on working with regular expressions for text processing. By now, you've mastered the basics of regex and you're ready to dive into more advanced applications. This unit is all about putting your skills to the test by integrating regex with other functions and modules. In this scenario, we have a practical use case where Erica needs to extract key information from her emails, such as email addresses, phone numbers, and booking details. This involves using regular expressions to efficiently sift through data and pinpoint specific elements like dates, the number of people, and dietary requirements. As we progress, you'll learn how to combine regex with additional functions to streamline data extraction processes, making you even more proficient in handling complex data sets. Let's get started. In this lesson, you'll dive into a practical use case that enhances your skills in using regular expressions for text processing. Imagine Erica the Explorer needs to extract crucial travel booking information from an email. Archie the archaeologist has shared details like his email address, phone number, booking dates, the number of people, and dietary requirements. Your task is to help Erica efficiently extract this information using regular expressions. For instance, you'll learn to identify patterns such as email formats, specific date structures, and number sequences. Additionally, Erica needs to ensure that phone numbers are cleaned of any non-numeric characters for consistency. By the end of this exercise, you'll gain hands-on experience in using regex to parse real-world data, preparing you for more complex scenarios. Welcome to our scenario overview. Here, we'll explore how different modules work together to automate a process. First, the Gmail module watches for specific emails. It's like a vigilant assistant keeping an eye on your inbox, ready to take action when it spots something of interest, such as a booking request. Next, the text parser steps in to match patterns and extract important details from these emails. Think of it as a digital detective, identifying key bits of information using regular expressions. Following this, another text parser modifies the extracted data if needed. This could involve cleaning up the text or substituting parts of it to better fit our needs. Finally, all the processed data is neatly transferred to Google Sheets, adding a new row with the collected information. Imagine this as an organized clerk who ensures everything is recorded accurately for easy access later. Together, these modules streamline the process, making it efficient and effortless. Let's dive deeper into each module to understand their individual roles better. In this scenario, the first step involves setting up a module that actively monitors your Gmail inbox. Think of it as having a digital assistant, constantly on the lookout for emails that contain the word booking in the subject line. Once it detects such an email, it automatically triggers the next set of actions designed for you. This ensures you stay updated with important booking information without sifting through your inbox manually. By automating this initial step, you streamline your workflow, saving time and minimizing the chance of missing crucial details. In this scenario, we're focusing on a workflow that automatically processes booking emails and extracts relevant data. First, the Gmail module monitors your inbox for emails containing specific keywords like booking. Once it finds an email, the process is set in motion. Next, the text parser uses a regex pattern, a powerful text search technique, to identify all the booking details within the email. This pattern acts like a smart filter, pinpointing exactly what we're looking for. After identifying the important data, another text parser module comes into play to clean it up. This module is tasked with replacing certain characters or formatting the data in a way that makes it neat and ready for the next step. Finally, the Google Sheets module takes over, adding a new row with the cleaned and extracted data into a spreadsheet. This ensures all your booking details are logged and organized for future reference. This scenario is about harnessing automation to save time and reduce manual efforts, giving you more time to focus on what really matters. In this scenario, we're focusing on the replace module. a key tool for refining data extracted from emails. The purpose here is to clean up the information by removing any extraneous non-digit characters. This is achieved using a powerful technique called regular expressions, or regex for short. Regex allows us to pinpoint patterns in text, such as letters, symbols, or spaces, and in this case, we'll replace them with nothing, essentially deleting them. By utilizing this method, we ensure that only the numerical data remains, making it ready for further use or analysis. This process is crucial for maintaining accurate and organized data sets as we move forward with our project. In this workflow, we'll explore how each component plays a crucial role in automating email data extraction and organization. First, the Gmail Watch Emails module monitors your inbox, identifying emails that match specified criteria. This proactive approach ensures that only relevant messages are processed. Next, the Text Parser Match Pattern module comes into play. It scans the email content looking for predefined patterns such as dates or specific text strings to extract the necessary information. Following extraction, the Text Parser Replace module removes unwanted characters, like non-digits, by using regular expressions. This cleanup step ensures that the data is ready for further processing. Finally, the Google Sheets Add a Row module takes the refined data and seamlessly adds it to your spreadsheet. This integration saves time, maintains organization, and allows for easy data analysis and sharing. Together, these modules create a powerful, streamlined workflow, transforming how you manage and utilize your email data. Before diving into building your use case scenario, let's ensure you have everything prepared. We're focusing on emails and Google Sheets. These are the key components that will interact in our workflow. First, make sure your email account is set up to monitor incoming messages. This is crucial for capturing the data we'll be working with. Next, verify your Google Sheet is ready to receive data. You'll need specific columns set up to input the extracted information. By confirming these elements, you'll be all set to build a smooth, automated process that saves time and minimizes errors. To ensure we have everything ready for our scenario, let's focus on preparing the essential communication. Archie the archaeologist has reached out to Erica with some important booking details. This includes contact information, travel dates, and dietary needs. It's crucial to have this information at your fingertips. First, make sure to draft the email using Archie's details. This will be your reference point. Once the email is prepared, send a copy to yourself. This step is important because it allows you to retrieve this information easily when setting up the scenario. Remember to use booking_1 as the subject line. This helps in organizing and filtering your emails effectively. Adjustments can be made if you choose a different subject, but remember to keep track of those changes for seamless integration later. To begin setting up your scenario, you'll first create a Google Sheet to organize all essential booking details. Start by opening Google Drive and making a new spreadsheet titled Make Advanced C04U03. Within this spreadsheet, you'll name the sheet Booking_1 for easy identification and access later. This sheet will serve as the central place where all key pieces of information are stored. So go ahead and set up columns labeled email, phone number, booking dates, number of people, and dietary requirements. By organizing these details efficiently, you'll ensure that all necessary information is available at a glance as you move forward with your project. Now, with your spreadsheet ready, you're all set to proceed with building your use case scenario. Let's dive into building the first part of our scenario. Start by heading over to Make and create a new scenario, naming it Make Advanced C04U03. 1. This helps keep your project organized and easily identifiable. Next, you'll add a Gmail module called Watch Emails. This module is crucial as it allows the scenario to monitor any new emails that come in, effectively triggering the automation process. Connect your Google account and in the folder section, make sure to select the inbox. This way, you ensure the scenario is listening to all incoming messages. You'll want to focus on specific emails, so apply a filter by choosing Gmail filter from the drop-down menu. In the query field, type subject booking underscore one. This makes sure you're only dealing with emails that have booking underscore 1E in the subject line, helping streamline the process by filtering out irrelevant messages. Keep all other settings as they are and hit OK to save your configurations. When prompted, opt to select the first email. This will serve as your starting point for the scenario. By following these steps, you ensure a smooth start to automating your email processing tasks efficiently and effectively. In this step, we're going to add a text parser with a match pattern module, which plays a crucial role in identifying specific patterns within your emails using regular expressions. Regular expressions, or regex, are sequences of characters that form a search pattern, often used for pattern matching within strings. We'll begin by constructing our regex pattern. This involves copying the relevant email text and pasting it into a tool like regex 101. Here you can visualize how your pattern matches different elements. Typically, you'll encounter the element name followed by a space and the specific item you need to capture. These elements are usually on separate lines, making your task a bit more straightforward. Take a close look at your text, identify these elements, and start building a pattern that fits your needs. This setup will help you automate and streamline the processing of incoming data by accurately capturing the information you require. Now it's time to dive deeper into using regular expressions by exploring named capturing groups. These are incredibly useful when you need to identify specific parts of a matched pattern more clearly. Previously, you might have used numeric identifiers to reference these groups. However, using names instead can greatly enhance the readability and manageability of your patterns. For example, instead of referring to a match as simply group 1 or 2, you can assign a meaningful name. To create a named capturing group, you'll place your pattern within parentheses and prefix it with where name is whatever identifier makes sense for the data you're capturing. This approach helps to avoid confusion, especially when dealing with complex expressions or multiple patterns. So, as you work through building your scenario, take this opportunity to implement named capturing groups. Not only will it make your regular expressions more intuitive, but it will also simplify future modifications. Let's practice this skill and see how it can streamline your pattern matching process. Let's dive into how we can specify the first element using regular expressions. We'll follow a consistent pattern that helps in identifying and processing different components effectively. Firstly, we'll focus on matching the element name. This involves using a sequence in your regular expression to pinpoint that specific part of your data. Once you've identified the name, it's essential to capture any relevant information linked to it. This is where capturing groups come in handy, allowing you to extract and reuse pieces of data as needed. Next, we'll incorporate the required structure into our pattern. This ensures that our regex aligns with the overall framework we're targeting. Naming the element is a critical step, enhancing readability and making further manipulations easier. Now, don't forget about matching any additional characters that might appear. These could be symbols or unique identifiers that are part of the data set. Lastly, we'll add a new line where necessary to ensure your expression handles data over multiple lines, keeping everything organized and accessible. By carefully constructing and testing these patterns in tools like regex 101, you can effectively manage complex data formats with precision and clarity. To begin specifying the first element in your pattern, we're going to focus on the basics of regular expressions, or regex for short. Regex is a powerful tool for searching and manipulating text based on patterns. Here, we're starting with something familiar, an email label. The first step is to match the name of the element. In this case, we're looking at email. It's crucial to include both the colon and any spaces following the word, as these are part of the exact text pattern we're targeting. Using a tool like regex 101, you'll input your pattern to ensure it captures precisely what you intend. This initial step may seem straightforward, but it's foundational for correctly building upon more complex patterns as we progress. By mastering this element matching technique, you set a solid groundwork for capturing the detailed information that follows. So let's focus on this first target, matching email accurately, readying us for the steps that follow. To begin specifying the first element in our regular expression, we're focusing on a typical pattern seen in emails. We'll walk through the steps to build this pattern effectively. First, we need to match the element name, which will act as our identifier. In this case, it's an email address. Our primary goal is to encapsulate this within brackets to ensure we capture all necessary information. Adding structure is key. By doing so, we provide a scaffold for our regular expression, ensuring it recognizes the email as a complete entity rather than just loose characters. Naming this element helps distinguish it from others, especially when dealing with complex patterns. Once the basic structure is in place, remember to match any additional characters that could appear, such as periods or underscores. Finally, consider adding new lines if your pattern spans multiple entries, ensuring clear separation and readability. These steps will help you confidently build and test your regular expression. Keep practicing with tools like regex 101 to refine your skills and enhance your understanding. To begin specifying the first element, we need to build a regular expression step by step. The goal is to capture an email address using a structured pattern. Let's break down what each part means. First, focus on matching the element's name. Here we see email, which indicates the type of information we're processing. Next, we'll capture the information we want by enclosing it within special characters. This forms what's known as a capturing group. To include the necessary structure, we place our capturing group inside parentheses. This tells the regular expression engine exactly which part of the text we're interested in. It's important to name this group for better readability and reusability in our patterns. As we proceed, we'll also need to match various characters that may appear around or between the elements we're capturing. And finally, we use a new line to separate different elements cleanly. By following these steps carefully, you'll be able to accurately specify and capture the desired elements using regular expressions. To begin building your regular expression, focus on matching the specific element name. We're starting with an email example such as archie@archaeology.com. The goal is to capture this data accurately. First, you'll run your patterns through regex 101, an excellent tool for testing and refining your expressions. This helps ensure that what you're doing matches exactly what you want. After testing, place your pattern in the designated field labeled Pattern. To specify the element, use angled brackets to name it clearly within your expression. This not only helps in identifying the element, but also makes your regex more readable and maintainable. As you work through creating the regex, keep in mind these core steps. First, match the element name itself, then capture the information by incorporating any necessary structure. Once done, proceed to name the element, ensuring other characters are matched and included as needed, and finally, address new lines effectively to avoid any mismatches. This systematic approach will guide you through crafting effective regular expressions, setting a strong foundation for accurate data processing. Let's dive into specifying the first element using regular expressions. This process is essential for extracting and managing data with precision. The goal here is to match and capture specific patterns like an email address using a regex pattern. The first step is to match the element name. This involves identifying the correct label or identifier, such as email. Next, you'll capture the relevant information. This is done by enclosing it in brackets to isolate what's needed. We then include the necessary structure for clarity and accuracy. Naming the elements within the regex helps make the code readable and maintainable. Following this, it's crucial to match any remaining characters with a dot, which stands for any character, and an asterisk for 0 or more repetitions. Remember, the dot doesn't match new lines unless specified, so it effectively captures everything up to the end of the line. By breaking these steps down and practicing in a tool like regex 101, You'll be able to craft regex patterns that are both efficient and robust. To begin building your regular expression, we need to specify the first element. This is crucial as it sets the foundation for creating a pattern that matches across various instances. First, we'll break down the components. Start by identifying the element name, which serves as the anchor in your pattern. In this example, you'll notice that the email is shown as archie@archaeology.com. Next, capture the required information. This involves using the correct syntax to wrap the email portion effectively, ensuring you're targeting the right text. Incorporate the necessary structure by applying specific regex patterns like parentheses and question marks, which allow for more precise data extraction. Naming your element, such as using, helps in referencing it easily later. Include additional characters that might be present and remember to add a new line at the end. This ensures your pattern readiness for subsequent elements, making your regex dynamic and versatile. By leveraging a tool like Regex 101, you can test these patterns in real time, which is a great way to ensure your expressions work as intended. Once you're equipped with a well-defined expression, it can be implemented in any required fields, enhancing the accuracy and efficiency of your data matching tasks. To effectively capture all the elements you need, start by using the regular expression pattern you've just defined. This pattern helps to systematically extract specific pieces of information like emails and phone numbers from a larger text. Once you've crafted your regex pattern, it's crucial to verify its accuracy. Use a tool like Regex 101 to test your pattern against sample data, ensuring that it captures the text as intended. If everything matches up, great, but if not, revisit the previous instructions to make sure each component of your pattern is correctly configured. Once your regex is ready, copy and paste it into the pattern field of your match pattern module. This step is essential for ensuring that the regex operates within your specified framework to identify the required text elements effectively. Be meticulous with details, check for spelling errors, extra spaces, or any mismatches between the sample data and the regex. These small factors can significantly impact whether the tool recognizes the text correctly. Ensuring perfect alignment guarantees that your automated process captures all necessary details accurately and consistently. Let's explore how to effectively use a text parser with regular expressions to process your data. In our example, we are targeting emails and phone numbers. The regex pattern provided allows you to capture these elements efficiently using named capture groups like AND. These groups help in organizing your data output clearly. Now, when you enable the global match option, your regex will continue finding all potential matches across the text, which is useful if your input contains multiple instances of a pattern. When dealing with case sensitivity, you have the flexibility to distinguish between uppercase and lowercase letters based on your needs. Be cautious with the single line setting. If it's checked, the dot will match all characters, including new lines, which might lead to incorrect capture. Experimenting with flags in a regex tool can be informative to see how changes in settings affect your matches. Finally, make sure your text input is mapped correctly. This connection ensures your regex runs on the correct data. Once everything is set, confirm your configuration so the system can process your text accurately. In this part of the use case, our goal is to clean up phone numbers by removing unwanted characters. You've already explored the Parser a phone number module in Unit 2, and now we'll implement another method using a text parser to streamline this process. Start by adding a text parser module with the replace function. In the pattern field, we'll target characters like whitespace, dashes, and forward slashes, common culprits that clutter phone numbers. To specify these, place them within square brackets. For example, using the regular expression like /dots s plus s helps ensure we capture all variations at once. It's important to select the ECMAScript flavor in regex tools, like regex 101, to avoid errors such as needing to escape forward slashes incorrectly. Also, place the dash as the first element in the brackets to prevent misunderstandings with character ranges. By mastering these techniques, you'll have greater control over text formatting, leading to cleaner data and more efficient processing. Now that we're diving into cleaning up phone numbers, our goal is to remove any unwanted characters. This ensures the phone number contains only digits. One effective strategy is to use an empty string, essentially replacing the characters we don't want with nothing at all. First, we need to identify these non-digit characters, as we saw before, dashes, spaces, or slashes. Then we specify this in our regular expression pattern. Once identified, head to the New Value field. This is where you set the empty string. By doing this, any character that matches your pattern is removed, leaving a clean set of digits. To apply this, navigate to the Text and Binary Functions menu and select Empty String. This action strips those characters efficiently. Remember, the key here is recognizing that deletion is just replacing text with nothing, allowing you to streamline your data preparation seamlessly. To clean a phone number by removing non-digit characters, it's important to understand how to use different settings in your text parser effectively. First, enable the Global Match option. This ensures that all occurrences of the specified pattern are found and processed, not just the first one. By doing this, each match will be output individually, giving you a comprehensive result. On the other hand, set case-sensitive, multi-line, and sing-line options to no. Keeping case-sensitive off means your pattern will treat upper and lower cases the same, though for digits this isn't a concern. Setting multi-line and sing-line to no simplifies the match to the entire text, rather than line by line or character by character with new lines. These settings collectively ensure that your process focuses on finding and cleaning every relevant instance, making your data consistent and correctly formatted for further use. In this step, we'll focus on refining the phone number by removing any non-digit characters it may contain. You've previously explored one method in Unit 2 using the Parser phone number module. Now, we're going to delve into two alternative approaches to achieve this goal. Begin by mapping the extracted phone number into the text field. Here's how it works. In the Match Pattern module, you'll see a list of all the elements you captured previously, labeled according to your specified names. Select the phone item from this list, which will ensure you're working with the right data. After mapping, make sure to save your work by clicking OK. This process helps organize and prepare your data for the subsequent steps, maintaining clarity and precision as you continue. In this part of our use case, we're focusing on integrating Google Sheets into our workflow. First, you'll want to clean the phone numbers to ensure accuracy. This is done by removing any non-numeric characters using the Parse a phone number module. Next, connect your Google Sheets by adding the Add a Row module. This allows you to seamlessly transfer data into your spreadsheet. Choose the Make Advanced C04U03 spreadsheet and select the Booking_1 sheet. For data mapping, align the email, dates, people, and requirement fields with items from the Match Pattern module. When it comes to recording phone numbers, use the cleansed version obtained from the Replace module, mapped under Phone B. Once everything is set, click OK to save your changes. This setup streamlines how bookings are organized, making data management efficient and error-free. In this step, we're focusing on refining the way we handle phone numbers. Our goal is to clean up any non-digit characters. This ensures the phone number is formatted correctly for our database. You've already encountered one technique using the Parse a phone number module in previous units. Here, you'll explore an alternative approach. Before continuing, make sure you've sent yourself an email as part of this process. Once that's done, click Run Once to test how the email is processed. After running the scenario, check your Google Sheet to confirm the parsed information is there. It should include the newly cleaned phone number along with other relevant details like booking dates and dietary requirements. Additionally, examine the output from the set variable module. This module uses the replace function to achieve the same cleaning result as the text parser replace module. Both methods are effective, giving you flexibility in how you standardize phone numbers in your data workflow. Here's a useful tip for working with phone numbers using the replace function and regular expressions or regex. First, you'll want to understand the structure of the replace function. It takes three parts: the text you want to modify, the search string, and the replacement string. In this instance, our text is the phone number we extracted earlier. The search string is our regex pattern, which we've previously defined to detect dashes, white space, and forward slashes. Be sure to enclose this pattern within forward slashes to indicate it's a regex. Don't forget to include the G flag at the end of your regex. This flag tells the function to perform a global search, meaning it will replace all instances of the matched pattern, not just the first one it encounters. Finally, the replacement string here is an empty string. This effectively removes any character we've targeted in our search, resulting in a clean digit-only phone number. By mastering this method, you're not just cleaning up phone numbers, you're enhancing data accuracy in your databases, which is invaluable in fast-paced digital environments. Congratulations on successfully helping Erica log Archie's booking. But as often happens, things have gotten a bit tricky. When communicating, Archie the archaeologist accidentally mixed up the order of his information. This results in the regular expression not recognizing the pattern, which means Archie's booking can't be processed. You might be wondering how such a small mishap could have larger implications. Essentially, if the information doesn't match the expected format, the system can't process it, which could delay Archie's important travel plans. However, don't worry, there's a solution. By creating a more advanced use case, you can extract the necessary information, even if it's jumbled. This means you'll ensure that Archie's team will make it to the Make Dorado area smoothly and on time. Let's dive into how to tackle this challenge and keep Archie's archaeological adventure on track. In this advanced scenario, our goal is to assist Erica by developing a more sophisticated use case. The challenge is to accurately extract information from emails, even when the details aren't in a predictable order. We begin by utilizing familiar tools, the Gmail module for monitoring emails, and the text parser module to match elements using regex patterns. This setup allows the system to efficiently identify and parse the essential data from any booking email. By refining this approach, we ensure Erica can manage and organize complex data seamlessly, enhancing her efficiency and accuracy in handling diverse information. In this advanced scenario, we're helping Erica tackle a more complex situation. The goal is to extract information from emails, even if the data isn't in the expected order. This is achieved using the match pattern module, which outputs a series of bundles. Each of these bundles corresponds to a specific element you've set in your regex, such as email, phone, dates, numbers, and requirements. Each bundle contains a collection of keys, but only one key will hold the actual extracted value, while the rest remain empty. This setup allows us to isolate each piece of data effectively, making the pattern recognition more precise. It's a more nuanced approach than in our previous scenarios, which helps us manage and organize complex data outputs successfully. By dissecting the text in this manner, we can process and use the information in a way that's both efficient and accurate for Erica's needs. In this advanced scenario, our goal is to guide Erica in building a more intricate use case. Imagine needing to extract essential information, like an email address, from various bundles of data, even when this information is not presented in any particular order. This requires a bit of creativity because the exact location of the desired data within each bundle is unknown. To tackle this challenge, we'll explore two different methods. The first method involves using an array aggregator which combines data from multiple sources into a structured list, making it easier to identify the needed information. The second approach utilizes a text aggregator which focuses on consolidating and organizing raw text data, enhancing the extraction process for scattered information. Throughout this exercise, you'll gain skills in applying these methods to efficiently isolate the required data, irrespective of how it's initially structured. Let's dive into the details of each method and see how they can be utilized effectively. In this advanced scenario, we're diving into two distinct methods to manage and interpret complex data through different routes. The goal is to efficiently extract information even when it's not organized in the way you might expect. As we explore these methods, you'll notice they each offer unique approaches to processing email data. The first method involves using an array aggregator. This tool collects all the bundles created by the match pattern module into a single array of collections. Each collection is streamlined to include only the necessary value, leaving out any extraneous information. This is especially useful when dealing with data that is structured in varied or unpredictable ways within emails. On the other hand, there's an alternative route using the text aggregator. This method allows us to manipulate and configure data across various variables, providing more flexibility in how information is handled and utilized. Throughout this process, our journey involves transforming, aggregating, and ultimately inserting the refined data into Google Sheets, ensuring a seamless flow from raw email inputs to organized documentation. Understanding the pathways and their specific functions helps us integrate complex information systems more effectively. Let's delve into each method to see how they uniquely contribute to achieving our objectives. In this advanced scenario, we're focusing on using the array aggregator method. Imagine the match pattern module producing multiple bundles of data. The array aggregator comes into play by grouping these bundles into a single array of collections. Each collection holds just one valuable piece of information while leaving other fields empty. Now, the arrangement of these collections is influenced by the initial email, which means their order can vary. To make sure you can effectively work with this data, there is an essential step needed to extract the information you need. This approach is powerful for organizing data, but getting to the useful parts requires a bit more processing, which we'll get into shortly. Stay tuned for how we streamline this data extraction process. In this advanced scenario, we're focusing on how to efficiently extract and manage specific values from an aggregated array using various functions. Let's break down the process. First, you'll use the map function, which transforms the aggregated array into a simpler form by pulling out the specific value you're interested in. For instance, if you're looking for the phone number, the map function will isolate that data for you. Next, we need to clean up this data by eliminating any unnecessary information. This is where the remove function comes in. It helps by stripping away all the null or empty values that don't provide useful input. Finally, to pinpoint exactly what you need, you'll apply the first tier function. This effectively narrows your array down to the first non-null value, giving you a precise item to work with. Once you have this item, you can use the tools. Set multiple variables module. This allows you to extract the item's value and store it in a variable, making it accessible for use in future operations or mappings. By using these functions in sequence, you streamline your data extraction process, ensuring you have clean, specific, and ready-to-use data for your next steps. In this step, we're focusing on efficiently organizing our extracted data into a structured format using Google Sheets. The key elements we've defined, like email, phone number, booking dates, number of people, and dietary requirements, are crucial for maintaining clear and accessible records. By integrating a Google Sheets module, you can automate the process of inputting this data into a spreadsheet, ensuring it's ready for analysis or sharing. Let's consider how each piece of information will flow into the spreadsheet. Each label, such as email or phone number, correlates to a specific column, aligning with its predefined identifier. This not only keeps our data tidy, but also allows for quick access and filtering based on what you need. Leveraging Google Sheets in this way provides a real-time collaborative space to manage and update our information efficiently. In this advanced scenario, we're diving into a method that leverages the text aggregator. This approach combines the various data bundles created by the match pattern module into a cohesive single string. To achieve this, we'll employ the if function, which is incredibly useful for ensuring that only data points with actual values, non-null entries, are included in our string. This becomes crucial when working with data sets that may have missing information. Once the data is compiled, each piece of information is joined using the pipe symbol as a separator. This clear separation allows us to easily distinguish between different data points. Additionally, each entry is preceded by a letter representing its category, such as A for email or B for phone, followed by the actual value. This structured format sets the stage for seamless sorting and retrieval in subsequent steps. The ability to organize and access data efficiently in this way can significantly streamline processes, making it easier to handle large amounts of information systematically. The method sets a clear pathway for the smooth extraction and utilization of data as needed. In this process, we're transforming a combined string of data into a more usable format. Let's break it down step by step. You start by using the split function to divide the string into individual pieces, each separated by a pipe. This results in an array where each element follows the structure of letter underscore name, equal sign value. Next, the sort function comes in. It organizes these arrays by the initial letter of each name you assigned earlier, ensuring a consistent order. The sorted array maintains the same structure, allowing for predictable processing in the next steps. With the get function, each element is extracted and stored in its own variable, although at this point, they're not yet fully processed. We need to further refine them. So we apply the split function once more. This time it separates each element into a name and a value using the equals sign as the divider. You end up with an array for each piece, containing the name and its corresponding value. Finally, the get function retrieves the second item from each array, which is the actual value you want to work with. This layered approach allows us to systematically break down and sort the data, preparing it for more detailed use in upcoming steps. In this advanced scenario, we're focusing on extracting and organizing key pieces of information. We've identified several important data points: email, phone number, booking dates, number of people, and dietary requirements. Each of these elements holds a specific character label, like A for email and E for dietary requirements, ensuring clarity and consistency as we proceed with data mapping. The final task is straightforward yet crucial. We'll use the Google Sheets Add a Row module to map all these extracted elements into a structured spreadsheet. This approach not only centralizes the information for easy access, but also streamlines further processing and visualization. By aligning these data points systematically, our goal is to enhance both the efficiency and accuracy of our information handling. This process minimizes manual errors and allows for seamless integration across platforms. Before you dive into setting up your scenario, let's ensure you have the necessary details for booking. Imagine you're creating a reservation for Erica the Explorer. You'll need to handle various details such as dietary restrictions, like avoiding mango and peanuts, as well as confirming the travel dates from May 1st to May 15th, 2024, for a group of 3. Don't forget to include essential contact information like the email and phone number. This initial step involves preparing your email content. You'll be sending yourself a copy with the subject booking_2. This step is crucial because using a consistent email subject line allows for efficient filtering, when you're building and automating your scenario. Remember, the subject line acts as a marker in the Gmail Watch email module to ensure you're capturing and processing the correct messages. Keep this key detail in mind as you proceed. To effectively track and manage the booking information, it's important to organize the data systematically. Start by ensuring that the information gathered from the emails is accurately saved in your spreadsheet. This step is crucial for maintaining a reliable record of all details. You'll be working with an existing spreadsheet, so begin by creating two new sheets within it. Name these sheets booking_2 and booking_3. This will help you separate and compare the outcomes from different methods. In each of these sheets, set up the columns with the following labels: email, phone number, booking dates, number of people, and dietary requirements. Having these categories clearly defined will make it easier to filter and analyze the data later on. Now that your sheets are set, you're ready to dive into building your scenario using this structured framework. This preparation ensures a smooth workflow and helps you stay organized as you progress with your task. Welcome to the first part of our advanced use case scenario. Here's where we take your skills up a notch. Begin by creating a new scenario and name it Make Advanced C04U032. This will help you keep track of your progress as you build sophisticated automation workflows. First, connect this scenario to your Google account. You'll select the inbox as your folder of choice, ensuring that all incoming emails are accessible. This allows you to process emails in real time, enhancing efficiency. Next, you'll employ a simple filter to streamline your email management. This method will enable you to filter emails efficiently, similar to using Gmail filters, but with the added ability to filter by subject. Here, you'll select Simple Filter as your filter type, then choose All Emails as the criteria. Delve deeper by adjusting the advanced settings. In the subject field, input booking_2. This specific filter isolates the emails relevant to your current scenario, making the data extraction process straightforward. Leave other settings at their default values. Conclude this setup by confirming all selections with the OK button. Finally, in the Choose Where to Start dialog, select All Emails to ensure your scenario will work with the entire inbox. By following these steps, you're setting the foundation for creating a powerful and automated email management system. Now let's dive into extracting information from your emails as part of building your advanced scenario. We'll be using a pattern similar to the one you've worked with before to extract and name each element from your emails. This time, though, we're doing things a bit differently. We're not including a new line marker such as a comma, because the order of the elements isn't predetermined. Instead, each element will be specified individually, separated by a pipe symbol. This tells the regex engine to look for any one of these patterns, ensuring it captures everything accurately. To start, add the text parser's match pattern module to your scenario. You'll need to copy the regex string provided and paste it into the pattern field. This comprehensive approach ensures you can pull details like email addresses, phone numbers, booking dates, and other categories, even when they appear in a different order. By structuring your regex with flexibility and precision, you're set to efficiently extract all the details you need from incoming emails. Let's continue building your advanced scenario by focusing on the text parser module. Here, you'll configure several important settings. First, select Yes for global match. This ensures the regex engine will search the entire text and find all matches rather than stopping at the first one. This is essential for capturing all relevant elements. Next, set all other flags, case-sensitive, multi-line, single-line to no. This configuration helps simplify the search process, keeping it more straightforward by ignoring case and line distinctions, while also preventing it from treating the input as a sequence of lines. Additionally, choose No for continuing execution if no matches are found. This setting is crucial because it will halt the process if no elements are matched, preventing unnecessary operations and potential errors. Finally, map the text content from the Watch Email module into the text field. This links the incoming email data with the parser. Once you've configured these settings correctly, click OK to save the changes, and you're all set to proceed with capturing the necessary information from emails. Now that you've sent the booking email to yourself and triggered the scenario, let's explore the match pattern output. When you run the scenario, you'll notice that each piece of information from your email is captured as a unique bundle. Each bundle consists of a collection of key value pairs. If a specific element isn't found, the value will be empty, but each collection will store only one value. The contents are not in a fixed order. Their sequence relies on how they appear in the email, which might vary. Therefore, extracting and organizing this data requires additional processing. You have tools like the array aggregator and text aggregator modules at your disposal for structuring this information efficiently. Experiment with these to see how they can be leveraged to prepare the data for use in other parts of your workflow. To enhance the functionality of your scenario, you'll need to create two distinct routes, each representing a different method for handling and organizing your data. First, introduce a router into your setup. This component will enable you to split the process into two paths, allowing you to manage different types of data more efficiently. To name these routes, simply right-click on the upper route and label it as Method 1. This will set up the pathway for one approach you'll be applying. Similarly, name the bottom route Method 2, which will define the second approach. Remember, you're not creating filters here. You're setting up clear, organized routes for later steps. Once you've named both routes, confirm the changes by clicking OK. With this setup, you're now ready to build and explore the first method using the framework you've established. In this method, we're focusing on using the array aggregator to effectively combine arrays from the match pattern module. Start by adding the array aggregator module to your scenario. This module will help you merge all the arrays that have been produced, streamlining your data processing. Once you have the module in place, it's important to specify the source module. Here, you should select the text parser's match pattern. This choice ensures you're aggregating the output from the bundles you want to consolidate. Next, you'll decide which fields to aggregate. In this case, you're selecting fields like email, phone, dates, number, and requirements from the router module. These selections determine the specific data points you'll be combining, ensuring that your aggregated result contains all necessary information. By carefully setting these parameters, you ensure that all relevant data is captured and organized efficiently, setting a strong foundation for further data manipulation in your scenario. In this step, we're using the array aggregator to collect and organize multiple bundles into one. As you've run the scenario, take a moment to examine the output. You'll notice that you now have an array of bundles, where each bundle is made up of key value pairs. One important detail is that nearly all the values in each bundle are empty, except for one. This means each bundle contains only one piece of valuable information. Now, the challenge is not knowing the order of these bundles. Therefore, we need a method to specify which array to extract a particular value from. This is where functions come into play. By applying specific functions, we can skillfully merge all these diverse elements into a single coherent collection. This approach helps streamline the data, making it much easier to handle and utilize for your needs. We'll explore how to implement these functions in the upcoming steps. Now that we've introduced the array aggregator method, let's delve into how to refine your data extraction process using specific functions. You begin by adding the Set Multiple Variables module from the Tools section to the array aggregator. This enables you to extract particular data points, starting with the phone element. Using the map, function, we can simplify the array by focusing only on values associated with a specified key. Think of your complex array as a collection of collections. Here, each key is crucial for matching items within the source array. For example, when you specify the key phone, the function filters out only those entries with a non-empty phone value. By setting up your variables correctly and employing the map function, you create an output that isolates and returns the desired phone data. This approach ensures your array is not cluttered with empty data points, allowing for a more targeted and efficient data retrieval process. In this method, you'll utilize the array aggregator to bring together multiple bundles into a cohesive array. The primary step involves cleaning up this array by removing any empty values. To achieve this, you'll use the remove function. This function works by taking two main inputs, the array you want to clean and the specific value you wish to remove. In this instance, you'll target empty values, which we identify as nulls. Start by applying the map function to structure your array. This will serve as the foundation for the removal process. Then incorporate the remove function by typing it before the map function output. Make sure to use a semicolon to separate these two parts and specify null as the value to be removed. Once this is done, your array will be neatly organized, containing only the meaningful data, such as the phone values, while discarding any irrelevant empty entries. This step is crucial for maintaining data integrity and ensuring subsequent processes run smoothly. To retrieve the phone number from the array using the array aggregator, we start by identifying the correct function. Here we're using the first function to extract the first element of the array. Essentially, this function helps us pinpoint the exact item we want by its position. Imagine the array as a list of items and you simply want the very first one. This is what first does. It takes the guesswork out and gives you precisely that initial element. To do this, enter first at the beginning of the line in the variable value field. This initiates the function. Make sure to close it with a parenthesis at the end. This results in a key value pair, effectively capturing the phone value you need. Remember, you can repeat this process for all the elements within your email data. If you want to set multiple variables, ensure each uses the function correctly. Copy-pasting the function is a quick trick, but always take care to adjust each element accordingly. Once you've configured all the elements, confirm by clicking OK to save your changes. This simple yet effective approach allows organized data retrieval, streamlining your workflow effortlessly. To finalize your setup using the array aggregator method, you'll need to integrate your extracted data into a Google Sheet. Start by adding a Google Sheets module that allows you to insert a new row for each set of data. Make sure your Google account is connected and navigate to the specific sheet you've prepared, in this case, the one labeled Make Advance C04U03, and select the booking_2 sheet within it. Now take the variables you've already defined and carefully map them to the corresponding columns in your spreadsheet. This step ensures that each piece of information lands in the right place, making your data organized and easy to understand. Once everything is mapped, go ahead and click OK to save your configuration. Now you'll want to run the scenario to see how the data populates in your Google Sheet. This will let you verify that each item is correctly imported into the right column. Here's a handy tip. When you're testing this process, you can select the starting email rather than sending new test emails each time, which saves you effort and time. This practice streamlines the testing phase, making it more efficient and straightforward. Let's dive into the second method, which employs the text aggregator module. This powerful tool will help you merge multiple strings into a single organized output. First, you'll select the text parser module and choose match pattern as your source. This step is crucial for setting up how your data will be combined. Next, you'll need to access the advanced settings to define how each piece of data is separated. Instead of the usual options, you'll select Other as your row separator. This choice opens the door for customization, allowing you to input any separator that suits your needs, in this case, a pipe symbol. Typing a pipe represented by the vertical bar character will ensure your final output appears as a clean, streamlined list where elements are distinctly divided. For example, your data will be formatted like this: element 1 followed by a pipe, then element 2, and so on. This method provides a clear and efficient way to organize data, making it both easy to read and work with in further processing stages. Remember, meticulous attention to these settings at this point will lead to smoother integration and utilization of your compiled data later on. To effectively use the text aggregator module in organizing your data, it's important to understand how the if function operates. This function checks whether a specific condition or expression evaluates to true or false. In our scenario, we're interested in verifying whether an email value exists across your data bundles. This is done by setting the condition to check if the value is not null using tools from the general functions. If the expression is true and the email value is present, you'll want to return that value. By preceding this value with the letter A, you not only keep things organized, but also allow for easy alphabetical sorting later. Additionally, appending the element's name helps in quickly identifying what's being referenced. On the other hand, if the expression evaluates to false, you can simply omit returning any value. This keeps your process clean and focused, only capturing the data that truly matters. Engaging these steps ensures that your aggregated text is both well structured and efficient. Now, let's dive into building the function using the text aggregator module. First, initiate the process by typing the function call, starting with if. This sets up your conditional logic. The next step involves mapping the email item from the match pattern module. Here, the goal is to determine if the email contains any value. You achieve this by ensuring it's not equal to 0, indicating it's not null. Use the not equal to operator on equal sign on and the null operator from the general functions to form your expression. After defining the expression, add a semicolon. This acts as a separator between the condition and the result within your function. Next, specify what value should be returned if the condition is met. As noted, you'll prepend a string to help order items alphabetically later. Here you would use a underscore email equal sign and map back the email item from the match pattern module. This helps create a standardized output format. Finally, complete the function by closing the parenthesis. This encapsulates the entire conditional expression, ensuring it's ready for further processing. Your function is now set up, paving the way for the next steps in organizing your data efficiently. To continue building the text aggregator, you'll want to repeat the if statement for each element you're working with. Start by changing the specific element and the letter associated with it, ranging from A to E. This ensures that when you compile everything, each element is clearly identifiable. It's crucial to avoid any spaces or extra lines between these if statements, as they must flow seamlessly. The result should be one comprehensive string where all the elements are lined up as they appear in the email, separated by the pipe sign. This string should start with a letter and the element's name acting as a descriptor. Once you're done, save your work to capture the current setup. The resulting output is a neatly organized string, paving the way for easily managing the data in future steps. In the next part, you'll explore how to parse this combined information effectively. Now that you have your string constructed in the desired format, it's time to break it down and access each component separately. We'll accomplish this by adding a set multiple variables module to your scenario. This crucial step will help in defining the functions necessary to isolate each element. Start by clicking on Add Item under the Variables section. For the variable name, type in email. This sets the stage for separating the various elements within your string. To achieve this, we'll use the split function. The split function allows us to divide the string based on a specific character, which in this scenario is the pipe sign. This character serves as our separator between different elements. You'll write the split function in the variable value field. Here you'll map the text item sourced from the text aggregator module. Remember to use the pipe sign as the separator within your split function to ensure the elements are correctly separated. Once executed, the output will be an array containing all the distinct elements in the sequence they appear in the original email. This setup is foundational for any further manipulation or sorting of the data, which we'll cover next. Now that you've organized your string into separate elements using the split function, the next step is to sort this information alphabetically. This will help you identify the order of the elements more easily. To accomplish this, you'll use the sort function. With sort, you're telling the system how you want these elements arranged, whether in ascending or descending order. Since we're focusing on alphabetical order, you can leave the order undefined and it will default to ascending. Here's how to implement it. Start by typing the sort function into the variable value field. Use the output from your split function as the array to be sorted. You won't need to specify an order since you're content with the default. Once executed, the output will be your original array, now neatly ordered alphabetically. This sorted arrangement will make analyzing and retrieving specific data points much simpler. Now that we have an ordered array, it's time to extract specific items, like an email, from this collection. To achieve this, we'll use the get function. This function requires two key pieces of information: the object or array from which we're retrieving, and the path or position of the desired element. In our case, the object is the result of our previous function, and the path represents the position of the element we want. So if you're looking to extract an email, it's crucial to reference its position correctly, such as the first item for an email, second for a phone number, and so forth. When you type the function in the variable value field, begin with get. At the end of your input, you'll add a semicolon followed by the position and then close the parentheses. This setup will help you isolate a specific piece of information from the array, delivering an output that's a collection with a single item, a clear, organized display of your data. Welcome back. Now that we have a string with all the elements, it's time to refine our extraction process to focus solely on getting the value, removing the associated name. This is crucial for when you only need specific information without additional labels. To achieve this, we'll use the split function again with the equal sign serving as our divider. This function will help us separate the name from the value efficiently. Here's how it works. You'll add split at the start and place at the end to wrap your function. Within these parentheses, you'll specify equal sign as the separator between the name and the value, allowing us to isolate them into an array. The result? You get a tidy array composed of two elements, the first being the name and the second the desired value. This approach streamlines data handling, making it easier to work with just the information you need. Stay tuned for how we efficiently retrieve this value in the next steps. Now that you've split the text into an array, you need to extract just the part you're interested in, specifically the second item. This is often the element value you need, like an email address from a string. To do this, you'll use the get function. Begin by specifying the function at the start of your line with get. This tells the system to focus on retrieving a specific part of your array. Next, you'll include a semicolon at the end, ensuring that the system processes your request correctly. Then enter 2 to indicate that you want the second item in the array, and close the function with a parenthesis. The result is a clean output where only the desired value, such as an email, is extracted from the list. This technique streamlines your data processing, making it easier to manage and utilize the information efficiently. Now that you've started breaking down your string of data, it's crucial to repeat the extraction process for each piece of information you need. As you move forward, adjust the path specified in the get function to target the correct elements. For instance, if you need the phone number, change the function path to fetch the second element identified as B_phone. When it comes to dates, you'll focus on the third element by adjusting the path to C_dates. Remember, each of these path adjustments allows you to extract targeted data precisely. Once you've made all necessary changes, make sure to save your work by clicking OK. This careful approach ensures each data piece is accurately recorded and ready for use. Now that you've compiled your string with all the necessary elements, it's time to map these items to your Google spreadsheet. The goal here is to easily organize and view the data you've extracted. Start by adding a Google Sheets module to your workflow. You'll be creating a new row in your spreadsheet for each set of extracted items. First, connect this module to your Google account. Then select the correct spreadsheet and sheet, specifically the one you've prepared called Make Advanced C04U03 with the Booking_3 tab. Once connected, map each variable you created in the previous steps to their corresponding columns in the spreadsheet. Ensure each piece of data is accurately aligned with its designated category. After mapping your variables, save your settings. Running this scenario will populate your Google spreadsheet with the neatly arranged items, making it easier to track and manage the information you've gathered. If you need further assistance with connecting to Google Sheets, remember you can consult the online help resource for detailed guidance. Congratulations on making it this far. You've successfully assisted Archie in booking his journey to Make Dorado, bringing him one step closer to his adventure. Let's summarize what we've covered in this module. Firstly, you've learned how to use the text parser's match pattern module, which allows you to specify custom regex patterns. This tool is incredibly versatile for finding specific arrangements in text. No longer are you limited to searching for elements in a predefined sequence. You've discovered how to locate elements even when their order is unpredictable, significantly broadening your search capabilities. You also have the option to work with either the text aggregator or array aggregator to gather information. Both approaches require some functional maneuvers, but you now have the flexibility to choose the one that suits you best. Finally, with the text parser's replace module, you're equipped to substitute any string that corresponds to a regex pattern, making it easy to refine and adjust text to fit your precise needs. With these skills at your fingertips, you're now ready to explore even more advanced techniques in the upcoming sections. Keep up the great work. Congratulations on completing this unit. You've expanded your knowledge of regex and its applications within Make. By now, you're familiar with using the match patterns and replace modules to efficiently search and manipulate text. This powerful skill set allows you to find patterns even in unpredictable sequences and make precise replacements as needed. While we've covered a lot so far, there's an exciting module ahead, the Match Pattern Advanced. This will deepen your regex understanding and show you even more possibilities. In your next unit, you'll explore these advanced capabilities. Remember, mastering these tools enhances your workflow and problem-solving skills, making your automated processes more robust. Keep up the great work and get ready for what's next.